If Chief wouldn't make her the queen willingly, she would force his hand, with a lie powerful enough to shatter his kingdom. In the middle of it all was Amanda, her heart pounding like war drums, her breath hitching slightly as she adjusted the silk dress hugging her curves. Tonight was the night. She had waited too long, played her cards too carefully, and now her moment had arrived. Her eyes locked onto him. Chief Olumide Adewale, billionaire, powerful, a man whose name alone sent waves of respect and fear across the country. He stood tall, his broad shoulders filling his custom-made suit perfectly, his presence commanding attention. He was laughing, his deep voice vibrating through the room. His wife, Tiniola, by his side, looking effortlessly elegant in a dress that screamed wealth. Amanda felt a sharp sting of envy. She had done everything, to make Chief notice her. And now she was about to take it all. She took a deep breath, steadying herself before striding toward them. As she approached, she clutched her stomach lightly, just enough for Tiniola to notice. Then, with a calculated tremble in her voice, she let out a soft sigh. Tiniola turned first. "Amanda, are you okay?" Amanda blinked rapidly, as if she was trying to hold back tears. "Oh, it's nothing. She placed a hand on her stomach again and gave a small, nervous laugh. I didn't want to say anything, but I guess you'll find out soon anyway." Chief's smile faltered. "Find out what?" Amanda hesitated just for effect, then whispered, "I'm pregnant." Silence. A suffocating silence. Tiniola's eyes widened, her lips parting slightly. Chief's fingers tightened around his champagne glass. A sharp exhale escaped his lips. Amanda lowered her gaze, pretending to be overwhelmed. "I didn't mean for it to happen, Chief, I swear. But I couldn't keep it from you anymore." The room was still buzzing with conversations, but to them, everything seemed muted. Tiniola's breathing became uneven. She looked at Chief, then at Amanda, then back at Chief. Olamide, Tiniola's voice was low, dangerously calm. What is she talking about? Chief ran a hand down his face, exhaling harshly. "Tenny, I don't," Teniola cut him off. "Just answer me." Amanda bit her lip, her heart racing. "This is it. This is how it all changes." She let out a shaky sigh, stepping closer to Chief, placing a gentle hand on his arm. "I'm not here to cause trouble. This is your child too, and I thought you deserved to know." Teniola let out a bitter laugh, shaking her head. Her hands trembled slightly as she clenched them into fists. "Amanda, you're lying." Amanda gasped, pretending to be hurt. "I would never." "You are lying," Teniola repeated, her voice sharper now. She turned to Chief. "Tell her she's lying. Tell her you never." Chief looked away. The world around Teniola shattered. Her chest rose and fell rapidly, disbelief and betrayal slicing through her like a blade. "Olumide, you." She let out a breathy laugh, shaking her head. "You cheated on me? After everything?" Chief pinched the bridge of his nose. "Tenny, let's talk about this in private." "Don't touch me," she snapped, stepping back. Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, but she refused to let them fall. "This is humiliating. In front of everyone?" Whispers had started. Eyes were watching. The scent of scandal hung thick in the air. Amanda lowered her gaze, rubbing her stomach slightly. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted my child to have a father." Chief sighed heavily, looking at Amanda for a long moment before turning to his wife. "Tenny, I never planned for this to happen." Tiniola let out a hollow laugh. "Of course you didn't. You just accidentally betrayed me, right?" She swallowed, composing herself before nodding. "Fine. You know what? Be with her. Have your child. If that's what you want." Amanda's heart leapt. This was it. She was winning. But then, Chief's next words made her blood run cold. "I need a DNA test first." The room tilted. Amanda's breath hitched. "What?" Chief's expression was unreadable. "We need to be sure." Amanda's pulse skyrocketed. This wasn't part of the plan. She hadn't expected this so soon. She forced a smile, nodding quickly. "Of course. But Chief, you know it's yours. I wouldn't lie about something like this." Chief didn't blink. "Then you have nothing to worry about." Amanda swallowed, nodding again. But inside, panic was setting in. Teniola, arms crossed, smirked slightly. "Yes, Amanda, if you're telling the truth, there's nothing to be afraid of, right?" And at that moment, Amanda knew she had just made the biggest mistake of her life. Amanda barely slept that night. Every time she closed her eyes, Chief's words echoed in her head. "I need a DNA test first." She sat up in bed, gripping the sheets. What was she going to do? The truth was, she wasn't pregnant. It had all been a carefully planned lie to force Chief to leave his wife and marry her instead. She had played this game before with other rich men, but none had ever demanded proof so soon. Her fingers trembled as she reached for her phone, dialing quickly. Hello? The voice on the other end was groggy, irritated. Miriam, it's me, Amanda whispered. Miriam was her closest friend, her partner in crime, the one who helped her craft these schemes. Do you know what time it is? Miriam groaned. Miriam, listen. Chief wants a DNA test. Silence, then a soft curse. Damn it, Amanda. I know. I didn't expect him to ask so soon. She bit her nails, pacing the room. We need to do something fast. Miriam sighed. Okay, calm down. We just need a way to fake the results? Maybe bribe the hospital staff? Amanda shook her head. Chief is too smart. He'll use his own doctor. We need another way. She exhaled sharply, trying to think. There had to be a way out, and then an idea struck. What if I get pregnant for real? Miriam let out a short, dry laugh. Are you insane? Amanda ignored her. Think about it. If I get pregnant now, by the time Chief does another test, I'll actually be carrying his child. Miriam groaned. Amanda, pregnancy doesn't happen overnight. What if it takes too long? What if he figures it out? Amanda squeezed her eyes shut. Then I need to find someone. Fast. Miriam's voice dropped to a whisper. You're serious, aren't you? I don't have a choice. She hung up, her mind racing. She needed a man. Someone rich enough to be presentable, but desperate enough not to ask too many questions. Someone who could get her pregnant immediately. Then, as if fate had aligned itself, her phone buzzed. A message. Hey babe, been thinking about you? Let's meet? Amanda's lips curled into a slow smile. It was Daniel. A young, foolish millionaire's son who had been chasing her for months. Handsome, reckless, and most importantly, completely in love with her. She typed back quickly, come over. The next morning, Amanda walked into Chief's mansion with an air of forced confidence. Chief was already waiting in his study, his expression unreadable. Teniola was there too, arms crossed, watching Amanda with cool amusement. A doctor stood beside them. Amanda's stomach twisted. He didn't waste time. Chief motioned toward the doctor. Dr. Bassi will take care of the test. It won't take long. Amanda swallowed hard, forcing a small smile. Of course, I'm ready. The doctor nodded and gestured toward the door. This way, please. Amanda's heartbeat pounded in her ears as she followed him. Every step felt like walking toward a guillotine. She had to think. Fast. They entered the private clinic inside the mansion. A nurse prepared a syringe. Amanda clenched her fists. If they took her blood, it was over. Then, suddenly, she gasped, staggering forward, clutching her stomach. The nurse rushed to her side. Miss, are you okay? Amanda groaned, squeezing her eyes shut. I feel dizzy, my stomach. She let out a low whimper, her breathing ragged. The doctor frowned. Are you in pain? She nodded weakly, holding her belly. It must be the pregnancy. The doctor exchanged glances with the nurse. She might need rest before we proceed. Amanda exhaled softly. Good. That bought her some time. But she wasn't safe yet. Teniola's voice rang from the doorway. Is she faking, doctor? Amanda's breath hitched. She turned, meeting Teniola's sharp gaze. Teniola smirked. Let's see how long you can keep up this act. Amanda swallowed. She wasn't just fighting for Chief's love now. She was fighting for survival. Amanda sat in the guest room, her hands clenched into fists. The nurse had insisted she rest before the test, but she knew the truth. She had only bought herself a few hours. Her heart pounded as she thought about Teniola's smirk, the way she had challenged her with her eyes. That woman was too smart, too confident. Amanda took deep, shaky breaths. She needed to act fast. She grabbed her phone and dialed Miriam again. The moment her friend answered, Amanda's voice was sharp, desperate. Miriam, I need a plan, right now. Miriam sighed heavily. You're in deep this time, Amanda. The test will happen sooner or later. You can't fake a pregnancy forever. Amanda shut her eyes. I know, but I just need enough time to really get pregnant. Miriam was silent for a moment. Then she whispered, Then we need to switch the blood sample. Amanda's eyes snapped open. What? Listen, the only way to pass the test is if someone else's blood is tested instead of yours. Someone who's actually pregnant. Amanda's mind raced. Could it work? But how do we do that? She asked urgently. Miriam exhaled. Leave that to me. Just get out of the test today. I'll handle the rest. Amanda swallowed hard. She had no choice. Meanwhile, downstairs, Teniola sat across from Chief in his study, her arms folded. She's lying, she said flatly. How? Chief looked at her, his expression unreadable. You sound so sure, Teniola chuckled darkly. Because I know women like her. She leaned forward. She's trying to trap you, Chief, and if you let her, she will destroy everything you've built. Chief tapped his fingers on the desk. He wanted to believe Teniola was wrong, but something about Amanda's sudden sickness felt off. He exhaled, rubbing his temples. Let's wait and see. If she's lying, she'll expose herself. Teniola smirked. She already has. Back in her room, Amanda heard footsteps outside her door. Her stomach tightened. A soft knock. She forced herself to sound weak. Yes? The nurse peeked in. The doctor wants to try again in a few hours. Are you feeling better? Amanda swallowed, shaking her head. No, I still feel dizzy and nauseous. She let out a shaky breath for extra effect. The nurse frowned. You should eat something. It will help. Amanda nodded quickly. Yes, she could use this. Maybe some tea first. Ginger tea helps with nausea. The nurse smiled. Good idea. I'll bring some for you. The moment the nurse left, Amanda grabbed her phone. Miriam, we have only a few hours. Please tell me you have a plan. Miriam's voice was low but firm. I do, but you won't like it. Amanda's stomach twisted. Tell me. Miriam took a deep breath. I found someone, a girl, 8 weeks pregnant. She agreed to donate a blood sample for a price. Amanda felt relief wash over her. That's perfect. But how do we switch it? Miriam's voice hardened. That's the problem. The blood must be swapped before the test. Do you have access to the lab? Amanda chewed her lip. No, but maybe I can create a distraction. Miriam hesitated. Be careful, Amanda. If they catch you, it's over. Amanda exhaled. I know. Later that evening, Chief knocked on Amanda's door. She sat up, blinking slowly as if weak. Chief? He sat beside her, studying her face. How are you feeling? Amanda forced a soft smile. Tired, but I'll be okay. Chief sighed. Amanda, we need to do the test soon. Are you sure you're pregnant? Amanda forced a small laugh. Of course. I love you, Chief. I wouldn't lie to you. Chief's jaw tightened. Then prove it. Amanda swallowed hard. This was it. The moment of truth. The doctor entered with the test kit. Amanda's pulse raced. She had one last chance to escape this. Her hand trembled as the nurse reached for her arm. The needle was just inches from her skin when bang! A loud crash erupted outside. Everyone turned. A servant rushed in, panting. Sir, there's an emergency in the kitchen. Fire! Chief jumped up. What? Amanda exhaled shakily. Thank you, Miriam. As the room emptied in panic, Amanda sat still, her heart pounding. She had only minutes to act. She slipped out of the room, moving toward the lab. If she failed now, it was over. Amanda's heart pounded as she rushed toward the small medical room where the blood samples were kept. The fire distraction had given her just enough time, but she knew she had to act fast. If anyone caught her, there would be no talking her way out of it. She slipped inside, closing the door behind her. The dimly lit room smelled of antiseptic, and rows of labeled blood samples sat in a cooling unit against the wall. Amanda's fingers trembled as she pulled out her phone and texted Miriam. I'm in. Where's the sample? In the blue pouch near the back. Hurry. Amanda's eyes darted around until she spotted the pouch. She unzipped it, revealing a small vial of blood. A wave of relief washed over her until she heard footsteps approaching. Her stomach dropped. No, not now. She hurriedly swapped the vials, placing the real sample where hers should have been. Then, she shoved the empty pouch into a cabinet and moved toward the door, trying to appear calm. Just as she reached for the handle, the door swung open. She froze. It was Teniola. Amanda's breath hitched, but she forced a weak smile. Oh, Teniola? Teniola's sharp eyes scanned the room. Her gaze flickered to the open cabinet, the unzipped pouch, and finally Amanda's shaking hands. Amanda swallowed hard. Teniola took a step forward, her voice low and dangerous. What exactly are you doing here? Amanda let out a nervous laugh, rubbing her temple. I was feeling dizzy. I came to look for some medicine. Teniola's lips curled into a smirk. Lying won't save you. Amanda's stomach clenched. I don't know what you mean. Before she could finish, Teniola grabbed her wrist. Amanda gasped. Teniola leaned in, whispering, "You think you're smart? I've seen women like you before. Desperate, cunning, willing to do anything for a man's money." Amanda's pulse pounded in her ears. "Let go of me." Teniola's grip tightened. "You're not pregnant, are you?" Amanda's body stiffened. This was it. The moment that could ruin everything. But before she could speak, Chief's voice boomed from the hallway. "Teniola? Where are you?" Teniola released Amanda's wrist, stepping back just as Chief appeared in the doorway. His eyes flickered between the two women, his brows furrowed. "What's going on here?" Amanda clutched her stomach, putting on her best performance. I wasn't feeling well, so I came to get something for my nausea." Teniola crossed her arms. "Lies. She was tampering with the samples." Chief's gaze darkened. He stepped inside, his towering figure making Amanda's knees weak. "Tampering with what?" Amanda shook her head furiously. "No, I would never," Teniola pointed at the open cabinet. "Then explain why this pouch is out. Why are the vials moved?" Amanda panicked. Her throat went dry. Chief turned to the cabinet, then to Amanda. His expression was unreadable. Amanda felt her world crashing down. If he didn't believe her now, she was finished. She blinked rapidly, forcing tears to well in her eyes. "Chief, I swear, I only came here because I felt sick. I don't know anything about the samples." Her voice trembled. "Teniola, she just doesn't want me to have your child." Chief's jaw clenched. His eyes narrowed at Teniola. Teniola scoffed. "She's playing you, Chief." Amanda sniffled, wiping a fake tear. "Why are you trying to ruin my happiness? I thought you wanted Chief to have a child." Chief exhaled, rubbing his forehead. The tension in the room was suffocating. Finally, he turned to Amanda. "We'll settle this now. Take the test immediately." Amanda's stomach dropped. No. She had switched the sample. That meant she could pass. But what if something went wrong? What if the doctor got suspicious? What if Amanda forced a smile? "Of course, I have nothing to hide." But as she followed the doctor into the examination room, her heart pounded with fear, because Teniola wasn't done yet, and Amanda was running out of ways to escape. Amanda sat on the examination table, her hands gripping the edges so tightly her knuckles turned white. The doctor moved around the room, preparing the equipment for the ultrasound. The cool gel on her stomach made her flinch, but it wasn't nearly as chilling as the fear running through her veins. This was it? One wrong move and everything she had built would come crashing down. The doctor smiled reassuringly. "Relax, madam. This won't take long." Chief stood at the foot of the bed, his arms crossed, his eyes unreadable. Teniola was right beside him, watching Amanda like a predator waiting for its prey to make a mistake. Amanda forced a weak smile, swallowing the lump in her throat. As the doctor moved the probe across her stomach, Amanda held her breath. "Please, let something show up. Anything." The room was silent, except for the steady hum of the ultrasound machine. The doctor's face remained neutral as he squinted at the screen. Amanda felt her pulse skyrocket. Then, the doctor paused. Amanda's heart dropped. Chief leaned forward. "Doctor? What do you see?" The doctor hesitated, adjusting the machine. "1 moment, sir." Amanda's skin felt icy cold. Teniola smirked. "Yes, doctor. What do you see?" Amanda wanted to scream, to run, to do anything but sit there and watch her carefully built lie fall apart. The doctor straightened, his voice calm but firm. "Sir, there is no baby." Silence. A deep, heavy, dangerous silence filled the room. Amanda's lips parted, but no words came out. Chief's entire body stiffened. "What did you just say?" The doctor cleared his throat. "There is no pregnancy. There is no fetus. This woman is not carrying a child." The words echoed in Amanda's ears like a death sentence. Teniola burst into laughter. A sharp, mocking sound that made Amanda's stomach twist. "I knew it. I knew she was lying." Chief took a slow, deep breath. His face was calm, but the fire in his eyes told a different story. Amanda panicked. She reached for his hand. Slap! The impact sent her head snapping to the side. Amanda's ears rang. Chief had never hit her before. Never. But the look on his face now, it was something worse than anger. It was disgust. "You think you can fool me?" His voice was like thunder, shaking her to her core. "You played with my emotions. You made a fool out of me." Amanda gasped. "Chief, He grabbed her by the wrist, yanking her off the bed. "Get out of my house." Amanda's breath came in short, panicked gasps. No, please, I only did it because I love you. Chief's face twisted with rage. You love my money. That's all you ever wanted. Teniola smirked. I warned you, Amanda. A throne built on lies will always crumble. Amanda turned to Chief, tears streaming down her face. Please, give me another chance. I'll do anything. Chief yanked his arm away. You're dead to me. Amanda's legs went weak. Guards entered the room. Chief didn't even look at her as he ordered, throw her out. Amanda screamed. She begged. She fought. But it didn't matter. The guards dragged her out of the mansion, past the gold-plated gates, and onto the cold, hard pavement outside. The doors slammed shut, and just like that, Amanda was nothing. She sat on the ground, her makeup smudged, her dress dirty, her entire world shattered. From the balcony above, Teniola watched with a satisfied smile. She turned to Chief. Now that the trash is gone, let's talk about your real legacy. Chief exhaled deeply, rubbing his temples. No more women, no more lies. I need time. Teniola smiled knowingly. Take all the time you need, Chief. But deep in her eyes, a new plan was already forming. Because Amanda may have been a fraud, but Teniola, she was the real mastermind.